All right, cool. So yeah, I needed to check in really quick because I wanted to move on from this project file and kind of display some of the benchmarking or testing that's been going on as of late with this Topaz video, the Starlight Precise 2.5 local local version. This one is really impressive. With what I've been trying to do is take just kind of like really low quality input or source, and I am just really shocked at what it's had the ability to do. Let me talk through this really quick, and then I'll go over the export queue because that's probably the best way to demo a handful of clips. I think I was able to squeeze about four or five clips on that particular day, but like I said, I need to move on from this one because I feel as though I've tested it enough. And then I think this was from 1987. Just going to kind of scrub through the timeline here. You can use the mouse wheel to zoom out. And, as you can see, that is really muddy. Muddy's good if you're watching it on a regular old tube TV, and then some of the music on here is just amazing. And then like this right here, it's kind of hard to tell that this effect is even posterized, but that in fact is what it is. This series, I had seen it in the 80s, but it was just kind of one of those things I was too scared of at the time, considering my age. But what it consisted of was it was like the first season or first year that Fox was in business, and ultimately I rediscovered it thanks to a friend of mine. We had started to become obsessive about werewolves because we had a mutual friend. Well, it was more so my friend's friend, and very, very interesting person. And the guy essentially believed or operated in the sense of um, being a werewolf. So I think one of my favorite stories about him was they'd gone to Bill Miller's, which is like fast food over here in Texas, and he was eating like an animal. And my friend, we'll just call him Roberto, he asked his friend, uh, what's going on with the food, or he just kind of did a mannerism towards him, and he lifted his head and he looked directly at him. And I'm embellishing the story, and he said, "I'm hungry like the wolf," and proceeded to devour the rest of his plate. So this popped up on my stream, or the algorithm had suggested it, and then it's as simple as just going in the search bar and seeing what you can see. So yeah, enough talking. Long drawn out stories that go nowhere. And let's see how many clips we have here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 clips, and then I did a variety of resolutions. The last 2 are the ones that were, or it looks like the last one was the biggest one. Most of these are doing the minimum specs required by the 2.5, the Starlight 2.5. So, which is the minimum. It just kind of pre-fills. Let me just show you what I'm talking about, and I'll demo it. So what you do is, I mean, this doesn't really matter, but you can navigate the timeline, and then you would click this, the Starlight Precise 2.5. Right here under output resolution, it says 1280 times 960. So what that signifies is it's a minimum. And then you kick it up 3 additional notches, so 2, 3, 4. And I'll just do 2, which is, that's the same one, 12960, 3, 1920, 1440, and then that's 4, 2560, 1920. That's freaking huge. I'm not going to process anything because these were already processed the other day. So let me kind of squeeze this down here as much as I can, so we can see as much as we can see. So in that timeline I was showing, it's not really going to render it unless you literally just rendered it, but I closed the program and reopened it, and you go to the export queue and then you can see it here. So this one's a really nice clip, just to kind of show you what we're dealing with. Get to some stopping points here. Yeah, that's a good example. So what you can do is just, I have it on this one. We're just going to show it full screen. So this is the interpolated or the processed, and then if you just do a regular mouse click, that's what it had to deal with, and that's what came out. Just going to hop to random places. So after, before. Nothing on there. After, before. Because I will level with you, a lot of these, to me, they weren't even, it was hard to watch even when my friend gave me a DVD that he had acquired at a, I think it was like a Comic-Con, and somebody was selling the bootleg DVDs at one of the booths. You can get them nowadays. I'll kind of move on to that in a second. And so after, before. After. You don't even see that dude's face. After, before. After, before. All right, so I'm going to move on. So that particular clip there, what is it? A total of I don't even think it's that many minutes. See if it shows me. Well, I mean, we could just figure it out. So that's I think that's the time. So it says 2:41 to 5:14. So it's about 2 minutes or so. And this next one, it took 3 hours, 40 minutes. And then same thing, I'm just going to kind of scroll. Chain me to the chair. So after, before. Before, after. Before, after. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, the dog's mad. After, before. No, you know what I mean. See, he's got that signal. So again, I think it's approximately 2 minutes or so. Moving on to this one. Alright, so after 4. Let's zoom in, go crazy. After. Oh, I'm sorry, before. After. After. Before. Alright, moving on to the next one. So 3. Yeah, I think this is the very end. Yeah, and I'm still with you. I'm just in awe. To me, night and day difference. Obviously not perfect, but improved without looking overly filtered, as opposed to some of the other models that Topaz gives you access to or provides you with. And you got to really consider the source material here, because I feel as though it really shines compared to other Topaz models. And I speak of Iris. All right, so we had fun there. Yeah, so this was 2 hours 14 minutes, and I think all these clips are about, I'm guessing, like a minute to 2 minutes approximately. Oh, and this is one of the higher resolution ones, meaning the 1920. And this is the last clip. I'm on a boat. Look at that. Yeah, so obviously the closer up, more details you give it to work with, it really shines. It's going to take a minute, but if you're just kind of typing and not using the graphics card, like doing 2D graphics or 3D graphics, and you're just doing some textual stuff, this is without a doubt the best time to run it. I really prefer not to run it at night. It's just I don't know. I don't like leave it running all freaking night. I'd rather just be working on it and then having Topaz crunching in the background. And then the way that you do a clip is I'm going to go back to the main timeline here. Yeah, so I'm just going to do something really quick. Not going to finish it, obviously, but just using the arrows on the keyboard. And then I'm going to do mark in. So I think that's him begging him to chain him to the chair. Yeah, so it's this little piece we did right here. And, let's just kind of see what happens. So I'm going to export. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so again, I'm going to do minimum to 5. Sometimes it gets grayed out. That's why I reselected it, export. And then this is my preferred settings, H.264, simply because it plays on the TV. 265, it's slightly better compression, and or I mean smaller file size, and then it's about the same quality. But I'm going to leave it on there. Profile high, NVIDIA, CPU, dynamic, medium. You can do low, but that's kind of too low. High is too high, meaning too much of a file size. So middle of the road for me. The audio, just copy the stream over container MP4. They give you other stuff. And then this feature right here, I'm not using it at the exact moment, but if you've got one of these LUTs, 3D LUT, a .cube cube file, you can really work some wonders on that. And we're going to skip that for now. Export. You go to the export queue, and this is all running locally. You can upload it to the cloud, and that's where these points up here come into play. And let's I'm gonna give it a minute, and so I'm just gonna like pause this real quick, and then I'll come right back as soon as it's done. All right, cool. So welcome back. So it says it took 8 minutes. Just say 9 minutes. So pretty static. Just stays on this dude's face. But again, just doing the before and after. Pretty substantial difference, and I feel as though the individual still looks like themselves, whereas with other models, it's gonna change their face around, and given the what is the word I'm looking for? Given the fact that a lot of this is really muddy, I'm just really shocked at how accurate it is. I have seen it. The AI, when I say it, is the AI has taken like a dummy's face and like humanized it, uh, which led for it's a really cool effect. Or it looks cool. It just kind of plays tricks with your on your mind. But yeah, this model here is really impressive. And of course, if you're gonna blow past it, you could use your credits. I think they call it Astra, and then I think it's the same model, the 2.5 precise. I've done a couple of test renders, but excuse me, just hoarding credits for no reason. All right, so let's go over some stuff I bookmarked. Kind of wrap it up. Yeah, so that would be that local. And then if you want to come onto this guy's internet, really like the way it's laid out. So, for example, go to community DVD box set, and this is from, I believe, France. And I really like how he takes note of it. Like, if you are going to order it, you're importing a box set in the United States, which may require you to pay additional customs, tariff, or processing fees depending on your location and applicable regions. And of course, one can find this, just copy and paste this into eBay, and then you'll see them pop up. They're not cheap. I think it was like 75-ish bucks, but considering you're gonna get, I can't count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 discs, and the bottom line is with this, it was supposed to come out. Well, he tells a story right here. Go to home. I think it says something 2009. Yeah, In 2009, plans were announced for an official DVD release of the series. Box set mock-up pictured above. However, the project was ultimately canceled due to complications in securing music licensing right for several songs featured throughout the series. And there are some bangers if you want to look them up. I think Mike and the Mechanics is prominently featured in the opening scene. And it says more than a decade later, in October 2020, Elephant Films officially released the complete series outside the United States, giving fans their first opportunity in years to experience the show on DVD PAL Region 2. Additional details, including release information and links, can be found on the community page, which we just looked at. All right, so yeah, this goes out to Roberto and his friend Cicero, the werewolf. Probably my favorite story is I think Cicero had because he for a living Cicero was a I guess involved in logistics or transportation as far as like taking things within in and out of state lines, basically driving a truck or something like that, delivering of some kind. And I'm being vague here because I want to protect Cicero's identity. But what Cicero had done is I think he had acquired what he thought was a wolf or a dog that looked like a wolf. And he brought the dog home and then nursed it back to health. And apparently he didn't even have a yard, or he had a very, very small, like cute yard. And then bottom line is the wolf escaped, and then he became very depressed. But I am going back like 20 freaking years, so I don't even really remember. And yeah, I think those were most of the things that I can remember. And then he had a I think he had a shirt that said "Werewolves do it doggy style." So if you know where I can get that shirt, let me know. Anyhow, it's been fun. I needed to demo some stuff, and then this is all part of the long, drawn-out stories that go nowhere. In the past, drawn out was literally like drawn, and in this case, it's just drawn out. I was watching a video recently, and my favorite comment was the guy said, he said, "You took 6 minutes to get to the point," and I laughed, and I was like, "Wow, YouTube has a like a fast forward button or the speed button." So, I mean, if you're in that much of a hurry, just do the times 1.5. I think if you have premium, you could do times 2. So that could have been 3 minutes. So every second counts. Um, yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna just kind of close this page here and then sign off. Anyway, it has been fun. Have a great day.